Good morning, staff and students. Today is Friday. It is February 8th. It's a B-Day, and as always, I hope the Lions are ready to roar at Howard High School. We are filling our days with pride because we are Howard Strong. It is February. We're continuing our Black History Month celebrations, and we're telling our stories here about what Black history means to us. And so here joining me in the studio is Colonel Marshall from JRTC. Colonel Marshall, tell us a little bit about what Black History Month means to you.
Well, Black History Month just means for me a time for the entire nation to celebrate the accomplishments of African Americans and to just remember our favorite historians. And so my favorite historian is Harriet Tubman. She's my favorite because she was the most successful conductor of the Underground Railroad and over a 10-year period led more than 300 enslaved people to freedom. She is my favorite because she's a Marylander with a warrior spirit and served during the Civil War as a nurse, cook, spy, and scout for the Union Army. She was the first woman to lead a combat assault. She is my favorite because she's an overcomer who dwelled on her strengths in spite of personal hardships. She was born a slave, unable to read or write, and suffered from narcolepsy. Frederick Douglass, a well-known author, admired Miss Tubman and once said to her, "I know of no one who has willingly encountered more perils and hardships to serve our enslaved people than you have." After the Emancipation Proclamation, Miss Tubman raised money to open schools, a home for the elderly, and toured the country speaking out about the rights for all women. I found it very interesting that Miss Tubman traveled along many of the streams and waterways here in Howard County as she led many people to freedom. I have always admired her life and her story because of her strength, her bravery, and selfless service to others. Harriet Tubman, a true warrior, servant leader, and activist.
Excellent. Thank you. And I love the fact that it's that connection as well. Howard County, Howard Tubman High School, Freetown Road. Do a little bit of research there, students. You can find out the roots here, right here in Howard County as well. So thank you, Colonel Marshall. Have a great day, great weekend.
Good morning and welcome to our Friday show. I'm Sydney.
And I'm Sydney. We have a great show today, but first please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated.
Thank you, Max.
Each day in February, we will be hearing from staff and students about their...
My brother has impacted me because he has always been one of my biggest supporters and taught me that there is nothing wrong with expressing myself or being myself.
Thanks, Max.
Each day in February, we will be hearing from staff and students about their influencers and what Black History Month means to them.
I can't wait to hear everyone's story.
But we're not done with Max. Sports with Wes caught up with him to talk about the indoor track team's success.
So I was supposed to say.
Hey Howard, welcome to Sports with Wes. I'm your host, Henry. Today we're here with captain of the varsity track team, Max Myers. How are you doing today, Max?
I'm good.
I'm doing well, thanks for asking. So I heard you guys had great success in your last meet. Can you tell me about that a little bit?
Yeah, the boys were the county champions, and yeah, we won.
Yeah, awesome. The boys won. Congratulations to the boys. So I heard you had a pretty big impact yourself. Can you tell me about the school record that you broke?
I broke the 800-meter school record, and I also won the Open 500, the Open 800, and the 4x4 relay.
Oh, that's awesome. Good job, Max. What's next for Howard track? Like, what's the next meet we're looking forward to?
We got regionals and states, and I'm hoping we can take #1 there too.
Awesome. So, what do runners do when they forget something?
When they forget something, just run anyways.
They jog their memory. Now back to the stew.
Max and the team have had such a great season.
They really have. They took second in regionals this week, and they're getting ready for states.
Mr. HHS was so good last night.
Yeah, it really was.
Okay.
Just go.
We will be hosting a Valentine's Day fundraiser in the atrium at lunchtime. Choose a poem to be sent to you or someone for only 50 cents per poem. Poems will be recited in English classes on Valentine's Day. AAA will be having a meeting after school today to discuss Chinese culture in A209. Everyone is welcome to come.
On Monday, Black Student Union will have its first rehearsal for the Black History Month Assembly after school at 2:15 in the atrium. Please make sure you attend. Mr. HHS was so cool last night.
It really was. I had so much fun. All the guys were so funny.
And Sydney, we're going to have the winner in the studio right after this important message from the sponsor of Mr. HHS.
Oh
the
my
SGA.
God.
What is that? What do you have on? What'd you do to me? What is this?
This
In
school
spirits.
So Ben, how did it feel to win Mr. HHS?
Well, it felt great, actually. I mean, there was great competition. It was a great show. I think everyone did really well. Alex Strawley, Daryl Bunkley, Henry Frazier, Mark Gildersleeve. Am I missing one here?
Daryl?
I
he
said
said
Daryl. Oh, they all were great contenders. It was a great time.
And who do you dedicate this win to?
Yeah, I gotta say my mom. I had a question last night about her, and this really does go to her. You know, it's all for her.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Did you think you were going to win last night?
I didn't, you know. I was going in there, I just making sure I had the dance number right. That was the most important part, you know. It's hard to get all the steps right sometimes, and then the spins, it's really confusing, but like you get it, you know. You have all the help. Great contendants. I think it ended up really well and fun, you know.
Yeah.
So
Well, congrats on your win, Ben.
thank you.
Well, Lions, it's all we have for you today. Don't forget to check the Canvas student community for all our other announcements. Have a fantastic Friday.